11,620 pounds, Cougar 368, middle bunkhouse here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is the updated version of the original 359, and I love everything they did different. We'll get into that as we go. In the meantime, I'd like you to know that as we go along, if at any point you'd like to see if we have one in stock, how it's equipped, and what we're asking, it's very simple. All you need to do is visit the link in our video description that says check for price and availability. You'll see if we have one in stock. You'll see what we're asking. Because, you know, we clearly publish pricing. We do not do hidden dealer fees. We try to make everything simple, straightforward, and easy for you to see. That grill right there, that awesome telescoping capital grill, is one of the improvements over the previous 359. And that's one of the most key critical improvements they made here. Now, all of the core structure stuff hasn't changed. Cougar's been the most successful mid-profile fifth wheel for 14 or 15 straight years. They didn't need to reinvent the wheel. What I do like focusing on is a couple things right here. First of all, that is motion sensitive lighting down there. I just simply have the power cut currently to conserve a little bit of it today. We've got all of our outside TV hookups and everything also located right here. So when it is like tailgate time or you're doing some outdoor cooking, you're good. Now that is a real grill. It's not like a two-burner stovetop. These capital grills cook hotter than Hades. So you know, when you're getting out here and you're ready to start actually cooking a steak or something, this can do it. You know, it's not going to get uneven heat. The MORryde step above, like stable step entry system with those adjustable feet, is just one of the best things that's ever happened to the RV industry. It is absolutely the best version of that stable step entry system on the market. The planks are wider. The mechanism itself is stronger. It's just better in every way. It gets rid of the wheel well, and it's actually one of the things that helped make this floor plan possible. By being able to push that entry door back a little bit, where normally a step well wouldn't be able to accommodate this floor plan, you can get rid of the entry step well, and the steps are more stable. So if you're a bigger person or you have a bunch of kids coming in and out or guests or whatever, the whole RV doesn't tend to rock and roll around. Now, you've got double awning space going on here. I'll have to double check. Last year in the 359, that second awning was an option. I'll be surprised if it's not still an option, and I'll be surprised if we ever carry one without it, because it just gives you so much patio space. And the nose cap on these Cougars, this is just frickin' sweet looking. There's just no other scientific name for it. It's just frickin' sweet looking. It absolutely, I mean, they've had one of the best RVs in their class for a number of years. That's, you know, their sales record, their popularity, the longevity, the resale value. Cougar has the highest resale value in its class, by the way. It's always performed well, but it's finally, it looks as good as it performs, and that's so clutch. Keystone actually bought a diesel pusher paint shop a couple years ago from a high-end diesel pusher plant, and they do all of their in-house painting. You know, they don't have to outsource their paint jobs to anything. That's one of the best advantages about a big, successful brand like Keystone RV, is they just have some of the best buys possible on things. So you're just literally getting the same product for less money in a lot of cases, or more product for less money in even more cases. I do also enjoy the big, generous front storage compartment that you have in there. And if you notice, you can see these big tires that they have here. This is a good time to actually really look at this and take a look at these big 16-inch radials, not 15s like you often find in this class. So they're using bigger tires, you know, across the board. Now, a cool thing that Cougar does here is they're very big on standardization. This is one of their biggest floor plans. What they'll do is they'll find what is the very biggest floor plan we have. Great. Now that they've identified that, they say, we're going to use that suspension, those tires, that furnace, that air conditioner, all that big stuff that we need to accommodate the very biggest thing we build. We're going to use that across the entire board on the biggest and smallest things that we make in this category. So the consistency is there, and that's where a lot of your quality control comes from. It also gives them extreme buying power on specific items to help keep the cost in check. So even though some things may have a bigger furnace than they need, you're not paying extra for it. The enclosed heated protected docking station here, enclosed insulated heated underbelly, all of your floor or your water joints are above the floor line, because those are the weak points. So those are in an area where you have the most heated concentration. Makes Cougar's 0 degree, proven, tested, capable. You know, this is a well-insulated seasonal use type brand right here. Walk-on slide outs. Now, when you get up into bigger fifth wheels like this, that is something that becomes more common, but Cougar even does that all the way down in their travel trailers because, again, there's a right way to do it, and that's how they do it every time. On the big Cougars, as opposed to the little brother Cougar half-ton, you get the larger upgraded road armor suspension system here that has a double rubber shock dampening chuck to it so that the RV doesn't want to buck forward to back up and down. It keeps it sturdy, it keeps it stable, it keeps you going down the road without the tail wagging the dog. And an interesting thing I thought here is your freshwater fill is actually all the way back here. And at first that kind of threw me off. I was surprised it wasn't in the docking station. Then I realized it doesn't need to be in a docking station, and that's the most direct fill line to their water tanks. That's something that Keystone does quite a bit, whether it's this Cougar here, whether it's those Fusion and Impacts back there, whether it's this big Montana that came in this morning. They put their freshwater tanks in the back, and that helps with load equalization, actually, so that you can kind of control the front-to-back tilt of your RV based on water input. Now, like I said, full walk-on roof, but walk-on slide-outs. Anything with a bed slide in a Cougar, we will typically option on the second air conditioner when you're up in the bedroom to give you maximum airflow. We like to do that from the factory because, first of all, I like the fact that you have a warranty protecting you, and it's not that, I mean, we have a full service center here, and we stand behind all the work we do at Haylett RV, but I like the fact that you know unequivocally you are protected with something. We've got all LED tail and marker lights, and that's something I like to point out because they're still using traditional incandescent marker light housings, but they are using LED elements, which is sharp. So they're brighter, they last longer, you know, less maintenance. The other thing is when you're going at highway speeds, where it's really critical is on those tail lights, because when you hit the brakes, LED lights ignite instantly. There's no delay. It's on or off, digital, basically. Incandescent bulbs are analog. They ramp up to illumination. That means that when you're at highway speeds, 60 mile an hour or greater, the person behind you has at least 5 foot of additional stopping time, or up to, rather, however you want to phrase it. Anyway, so I mentioned the dual awnings. They're both easy tilt. We got another new coachman rolling in here. Holy cow, it's been new RV arrival day. As the temperature's gone down, the arrivals have gone up. How about that? That is not working in my favor personally, but who cares? It's nice and warm where you folks are at, hopefully. So, you know, I got my heated socks and gloves. We're making it happen. The show must go on, right? Back to the story at hand. Dual power awnings. They're both easy tilt. They both have full-length LED lighting. If you tilt the awnings and then run them in, they don't break. They sort themselves out. That is a more exclusive feature to the Solera awning system that we have on here. All of these slide windows open for ventilation, and I love that all of these windows are here. You're back again. Welcome. All these windows are here on the door side, so you can see your campsite. Let me make a pass through, make sure we haven't missed anything. We do have a friction hinged entry door that is adjustable, so if you do want to make sure that the kids don't fling the door open and the wind doesn't slam the door open, you can do that. I can't get over that nose cap. That is something that's got like stealth bomber looks to it. That is just a sharp look, and that is a handsome animal right there, wouldn't you say?
I would indeed.
You would indeed. Fantastic. Well, let's look inside and see all the other little handsome aspects of it. Well, the outside of this RV, when it went from being the 359 to the 368, this updated version, while the outside updates beyond the Capital Grille are largely cosmetic, the interior really received a full-scale overhaul, whether it's a full-scale cosmetic makeover or some really important layout improvements. And you might ask yourself, you know, I mean, Cougar's so successful, why did they make so many changes? What was going on with it before? Basically, they were captivated on size. Their factory could only accommodate an RV of like 40 feet 2 inches or something. Well, they reset their line. They were able to produce bigger fifth wheels out of the Cougar plant, and they finally were able to build the middle bunkhouse that maybe they really always should have or wanted to, but couldn't. Now, things like this, compared to previous generations, we have a full 4-door gas-electric fridge freezer instead of the 8 cubic foot. So instantly, 50% more cold storage. We have new, taller slide-outs with these LED inlay panels, these little accent panels you'll see on the sides and the apex of the slides, just to let, they're perfect night lights, by the way. but they also just look awesome. Like up here, I've had a lot of people call this the skylight. It's not a skylight. It's actually more of those LED inlay panels because they have such an organic look to them. The ceiling fixture up here, and you see that max air fan, those are nice things to have in big fifth wheels. The ceiling fixture is largely cosmetic. It is nice to get the extra lighting, but it looks killer. And you do have a wall controller for that max air vent fan, so you don't have to do the old broomstick 10-foot tall method up here. We'll come back to the kitchen. The entertainment was always good. They did the entertainment center very well in the 359, mostly because this is a very common living room, and that's what's kind of interesting on these middle bunks or bonus houses, or bonus rooms, whatever you want to call them. It's the first floor plan where someone who's looking for a couple's RV or someone who's looking for a bunkhouse, they're actually searching for the same model in a lot of instances. Because this has a full rear living room, and that's really the benefit of these middle bunk areas, is you gain all of the benefits of a rear living, dual opposing slide RV, but with the benefit of being able to sleep extra people, have an office, whatever. More on that when we get there. The newer, updated, extra wide electric space heating fireplace down here. And what I love is how they've really tried to touch this up almost in a additional office aspect, but by not wasting anything by including these extra drawers right here. I've not seen a lot of other brands beyond maybe a giant Jayco Pinnacle luxury fifth wheel that we carry here at Haylitz handle their fireplace in that way. The TV is maximum size. It's on a double jointed swing arm, so it can swing out to face the dinette like we're seeing currently. You've also got full storage behind, so it's like a second hidden pantry. And I love the full depth, extra deep upper doors that we have here. Tri-fold sleeper sofa in the back gives this RV 4 unique independent sleeping areas. You have the living area, you have the loft, you have the middle bonus room bunkhouse, and then you have the master bedroom. Now you can sleep multiple people in each of those zones. So if you're looking to sleep your family, the neighbors, their friends, all that, this is a floor plan that can get that done. Like all Cougars, they are very good about giving you maximum size windows around here for some just awesome visibility. All these windows on the door side of the RV. Another nice little touch they've put on here, which is actually kind of, I'm sure some other brand does it, but something Cougar just crushed here, are these, they operate exactly like a pleated shade, but they're actual like plantation metal blinds. Or, pardon me, wooden blinds. And what I like about those is they have a good warm look and feel, but you can clean them. You can actually roll those things down and you can clean them just like you clean blinds in your own home. Keystones are very, very good about making sure that your rear sofas have your side stands with power outlets and storage. They don't let anything in this go to waste. Now, the theater seat right here, if you notice, they are wall huggers. You don't have to slide, well, you don't slide the seat forward. It's actually bolted down for you, but you don't have to move the seat to be able to not just kick out your feet, but fully recline like you see on the right side. So this is a wall-hugging theater recliner with a nice little middle console for drinks and remote control storage, which is the perfect place to put the remote control for that little space heating fireplace that we have over here. Now you have a single high efficiency heat run that goes under the entire floor. I'm walking right now on Dynaspan floor decking. It's a 5/8 floor deck. It's actually got a 50% greater load capacity across a span even compared to plywood. Even though it is a structure wood product, you may hear it called chipboard sometimes. They build houses out of OSB, guys. Like anything else, there are grades to these things. This is a marine grade product that is made for, heavy load bearing and whatnot. It gives it a seamless lower deck, a seamless upper deck, so there's not, floor seams. And we're on top of 2x3 aluminum studs, which allows for extra insulation in the floor, extra protection for that seasonal rating that they have, as well as that high efficiency heat run through the floor. You can't do that on a laminated floor. You can have heat ducts in the floor, they're just not as efficient. So I already talked about the 50% larger refrigerator as compared to previous generations. That is such a godsend feature. That's an awesome feature. Solid surface kitchen counters here. Like you see on your island, you see that recessed stainless sink. There are 2 sink covers. I simply pull one out for video purposes so that you can see what's under there. And that is a spray out faucet. It's just very minimalist. It looks very slick and clean. It's not very gaudy or big. There is massive wastebasket storage potential because there's no shelving blocking anything under the sink over there. But you do maintain extra drawers here in the kitchen on this side. By not centering, pardon me, cold weather is getting to me here. I'm going to start sounding like a frog soon. By not centering the sink in the island, they created more usable, functional prep space. Because what if you have the sink open? If the sink is in the middle of the island, this would be a worthless island. You couldn't do anything with it. By pushing the sink to the side, they create space for drawers, and they create more prep space. You do have a power outlet on the face of the island here, as well as over here in the kitchen. And this, where they position the stove, is very intelligent. Unfortunately, the world's not always fair, but something like 90% of us are right-handed. I don't know the actual numbers, but I know that it's more than a few of us. So they put the extra cabinet space to the right of the stove. That's where most people are going to try to like set a spoon or spatula after you're done fiddling with whatever's on the stovetop. And by pushing the stove all the way to one side, kind of like the sink in the island, they created a nice bonus pocket of storage over here. Residential size microwave is another upgrade as compared to previous generations, and that floor to ceiling big pantry, that is another of those massive improvements as compared to the 359. It had a pretend little corner pantry. It wasn't as good as this, basically. Now, that being said, the 359 was smaller, lighter, less money, so all those things go hand in hand. Now, something I want to draw your attention to here, I don't see a lot of other people talking about this, the fact that Keystones have minimum like 3-inch interior wall structure. So a lot of RVs, they have excellent exterior structure. They're not necessarily superior to this in any way, but that's because Cougars have basically, most fifth wheels on the market are either a Cougar or a Montana clone, with very few exceptions. There's entire brands of RVs who are just standing on the shoulders of giants, copying everything that Keystone does. But my point is, they don't do those extra things. Like I talked about the extra slide seal systems, these extra thick interior walls and the full framed doors that they have here. That's what helps give this thing interior and exterior structure. It's that extra step they put in. Now, what it really impressed me here, when I got to this middle room, I was almost expecting a downgrade in terms of certain amenities, like the blinds. But I was very pleasantly surprised. We still have the nice wooden blind throughout. This sofa right here can fold out. It's another of those tri-fold sleeper sofas, just like you saw in the back of the RV. And what they did in here, this is great closet and or pantry space, good kids storage, or good office space storage. They really made this somewhere in between what you would call a middle bunkhouse and a bonus room. This floor plan can really fit both descriptors very well. Huge wall here if you want entertainment, or you could easily convert that to like a little computer station. They've done well, but I don't know why I ever didn't have faith in them. Cougar does pretty much everything well. But right here, I think this is probably one of the most critical, best updates they made compared to the 359. They no longer have that, 8, 9, 10, 6 foot whatever ladder that goes from floor to ceiling right here. That was just not a good design. And I've yet to hear someone at Cougar argue with me about that. They even go, yeah, that ladder, it was so long, it blocked the entire hallway. Obviously, I can get up and down that loft right here and still be able to get through the hallway. This is just a better application. And by raising the upper deck right there, that's what created the space for that Capitol grill, It's awesome. Now, you have motion-sensitive lighting to welcome you home down here. Instead of having a bright light inside the RV the whole time you're gone, which makes bugs want to collect around the door and the windows, that light will kick on right when you open the entry door, right here, to make it easy to come and go. The upper loft right here, I call it a loft or an attic, because a lot of people are not going to use this for sleeping. A lot of people are going to use this pure for just bonus storage, because this is an awesome full-time living floor plan. That extra middle room and this extra loft up here give you the space, the extra room, and the storage you need to not have cabin fever and want to choke each other to death after a long extended stay. This mattress could easily just be rolled up and taken out of here if you just want more tote storage, but obviously you could use it for sleeping too. Right up here is another thing I like to talk about, is the wireless remote control that covers most of your major systems. So default code is 4 zeros usually. Yes, awesome. So I can operate my leveling, I can operate my slides, my awning, my patio lighting. I can do all that stuff from right here. When you're setting up camp, it's actually really nice to be able to walk outside with that. And when you open a slide, it's nice to make sure a slide doesn't crush like a tree. Maybe you didn't realize the tree was closer than you thought when you backed up. Or like the hookups. Some of these parks have hookups in really weird spots, I've noticed. Because, I camp too. But when you're closing up camp, when you're breaking camp, what's nice is standing here, because in theory you should have that bedroom door closed when you're in transit so that it's not going to potentially bounce and swing around. When that bedroom door is closed, I cannot personally line of sight this bedroom slide to make sure it will close in an unobstructed fashion, that it won't crush or break anything. But with this remote control, I can do that, because you can leave the bedroom door cracked a little bit, and you can stand right here and you can watch it go in and out without make sure it doesn't break anything. You also have a little hidden control panel right here where the kids aren't just very obviously going to see it. It's nice to kind of keep that out of the way. So most of your light switches here, your main cabin light switches are here, as it were. Bathroom. Sorry about that. I don't know when I bumped the power button. Hopefully we didn't miss too much there. I'll have to backtrack. But anyway, the bathroom. The Cougar actually worked with another Keystone brand to revise their fifth wheel bathrooms here. They actually worked with Montana, specifically really the high country segment. The upper deck of this is a very close match to a Montana high country. And I think that was a really smart decision on their part. And what's nice is the way that the Keystone brands actually work together to help one another improve. Cougar and Montana, both being so wildly successful, really got together with one another and said, okay, here's what we do, and we found customers like this. And the other one says, oh, that's great, we do this, and they like that. And then everyone got along fine. Now, this is a little travel lock on the bathroom door, because I've had people say, well, the bathroom door opens on the wrong side, and that's not the case here, obviously. You can get in and out, and that seating area is very nice for bathing. So you've got a very large, generous shower in this thing. The large medicine cabinet makes it very easy to keep your shavers and stuff out of the way, and that is a sealed edge thermal foil countertop right there. So that's going to help keep water from penetrating if you splash around, though that's a big sink. You're gonna have to really splash pretty hard to get that out of there. Now, here's another significant update on the Cougar 368 as compared to the previous 360 or 359. Cougar fifth wheels are now king bed capable, and that is something they were not before. Cougar fifth wheels stopped at a 60 by 80 residential queen bed. Now we have a 70 by 80 king bed. This is basically the exact, very close to the same bedroom as a Montana high country, which is another brand that we carry here at Haylett RV. So we do have our washer dryer prep up in that front closet. They have the same big bedroom window. Up here, they have the same swing-out HD TV across from the bed. Again, we've added the second air conditioner to this one. That's not a standard feature. So the one that we have in stock may not have that. Another nice little touch I noticed here, other than the little bedside slide stands there, is that mirror. And it really opens up this bedroom because it gives you the sense of more space. It gives you more light. And normally that's just a dead wall in every brand. But that's one of those things I think was really put there for the owner, not for the buyer. Because when you're shopping, I don't think you're going to appreciate that. But when you own this RV, when you look up in your bedroom, I think you're going to be like, man, that's nice. It's one of those little touches that really sets things off. Like just all the little stuff they do here. I don't know why I'm pointing the camera at the floor. I should pay attention. Like I'm so excited about this bedroom. Like I'm gawking and looking around on it, and I forget that I'm supposed to be shooting a video on this thing. Absolute amateur hour over here. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. We do everything, guys. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, everything in between. We are the largest independent standalone dealer in the state of Michigan, and our records prove, our sales prove, you are never too far away to work with Haylett RV. There's no such thing as being too far away. I love it when another dealer says, oh, they're too far to work with you. It's funny when another dealer says that. Sounds like a bit of a conflict of interest to me. The only thing you have to lose by not calling us is a lot of money. If you call us and you got a deal we can't beat, you definitely know you got the deal, guys. That does not happen on a frequent basis. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.